Well, guys, you literally can't make this up. So I published a video yesterday about what's going on with Newsom and how the investigation is widening. I put the video in on what Newsom said directly, his response, saying that there is no basis for any of this. He hasn't done anything wrong. He hasn't broken any laws. And less than 24 hours later, the Independent Ethics Board in his liberal state of California says he broke state law and fined him tens of thousands, over $30,000 in fines. We're going to talk about all that and more right after this. Guys, before we get into today's video, we got to talk about the giveaway that's going on the channel. The combo packs are up with the Ram TRX and the Ram 3500 at the best rate of entries I think that we've had. And the multiplier for 50X, the 50X multiplier is up, and you can get 50% off of that multiplier by using code COMBO. If you want to just get a discount off your entire cart, you also can use code TK. So, let's get into the video. Link in the description down below, tksgarage.bigcartel.com. So, it didn't take long, man. As soon as Newsom comes out with this, and I think he did that probably to get out ahead of what was coming, you know, the state ethics board said, no. You've been warned about this before, and the feds are investigating him for these specific things. And now there's more information coming out that his former chief of staff is now cooperating with the federal government. That is confirmed. And that, you know, one of the charges that she pled guilty to was paid to play accusations, like basically saying the governor's office was for sale. Well, the ethics violations he got slapped for were for organizations and companies paying millions of dollars to his wife's 501c3 or another 501c3 that his wife worked as a contractor with, as well as their own 501c3, which would then pay her as a contractor or whatever millions of dollars. Sound unethical, right? Yeah. The independent liberal state board thought so too. But it's not just that. It seems that the investigation, and the reason why we're talking about this, because I know someone will say, this is not car news, TK. Yeah, it is. Because the feds are looking at ties between Gavin Newsom and BYD and the California Air Resource Board. You don't say that they'd be making these insane emission standards, these insane rules for trucks and everything else, knowing that BYD has given millions of dollars to these 501c3s that are tied to the Newsoms. You don't say. No, that might look like something improper was going on. That's because it was. And Newsom, damn, it's bright. Newsom they have talked to him about this before, and his ties to BYD and Chinese foreign nationals. You really can't make this stuff up, man. This is just next level stupidity on his part, or arrogance that he thought he was not going to get pinched, or he wasn't going to get charged, or he wasn't going to be held accountable. So what happens now? Well, I think that even the liberal media, who was not trying to cover this the way that it should have been covered, They're saying that it's being run out of Washington, and it's not. It's being run out of Sacramento. It's been open for those retards that are going to get in my comments and say, oh, this is political, blah, blah, blah. I guess Biden didn't like them then. Because the investigation has been open since Biden was president. It's done by a Democrat-appointed U.S. attorney. I'm waiting for where the political connection is. I'm waiting. I'm not seeing it. Now that the investigation was already open, Trump's DOJ's in there. Hey, if they found violations, are they within their rights to go after Newsom for it? Yeah, 100%. And it's almost like, I put it like this. It's like the guy that sells major weight. You're selling a ton of dope, right? You don't want to be outside around your neighborhood with a ton of money, going to the club, doing other shit, because it would literally draw attention to yourself, right? Well, that's what Newsom did. Newsom is like picking at the president every day and talking shit to him, knowing that you have this hanging over your head, knowing that you're dirty, knowing that you do scumbag shit, and that this was going to boomerang back and bust you straight in your mouth. Well, now that's what happened. And I can't believe the ethics board, and I don't know if they waited for this on purpose. If they did, my hat's off to you, because they waited. It was literally about 6 hours after Newsom does his thing that they put out like a press release, and then it starts getting picked up that next morning, where they came out and said, nah, you're fined, $35,000 or whatever in fines for ethics violations for how you got this money, because it looks like pay to play. And because of your influence and connections to BYD. Now this is why I was wondering why, because they seized records at the California Air Resource Board before the FBI. And remember when I talked about this last year and people were like, oh, we don't see anything on the news about it. But there was like multiple people that worked there that were in the comments like, oh yeah, no, they came in here and took computers and shit. Yeah. I'm really of the mind now to know that the California media is not going to cover anything that makes Newsom look bad, or the California Air Resource Board for that matter. But they don't have a choice but to cover this one. So now we know maybe they are going in there and pulling records looking to see if there's connections between BYD, the governor, and the California Air Resource Board. Because that would, that could let the feds strip, I don't know how they would do that with the state, but I'm sure they could freeze anything that the California Air Resource Board was doing and basically make them a toothless organization. But I'll leave the question to you. Are you surprised that it boomeranged that fast? Are you surprised that Newsom got hit right back in the mouth by his own state that fast? Because I'm not. And if I'm Steve Hilton, I'm running that as an ad every single effing day. Because right now, and this is the other thing, right? Oh, he's the darling of the Democrats. They won't get rid of him. Yeah, they weren't going to get rid of Swalwell either, right? And then when he refused to drop out of the race, what did they do? They cooked his ass publicly. And not only did he lose the governor's race in California, but now he loses his House seat. He's, forced to resign in shame there. And that's after already having, some pretty epic scandals. Also, like sleeping with Chinese agents and national, Chinese nationals, and potentially passing on information to them. Just wow, man. It's just wow. You can't make this stuff up. It's really just crazy. But I leave the question to you. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Do you think Newsom gets charged now? Because I think where the ethics, the liberal, independent ethics commission has come out and said he broke the law. Woo! Oh, man. I guarantee you, if that U.S. attorney wants to bust him upside his head, he may not even get to finish his damn term. As always, stay petty, my friends.